Good evening, folks. Hope everyone had a beautiful day. I guess the Captain's Discourse Syndicate is streaming right now with Famous. So I don't know if we'll have the amount of viewers tonight. That's all right. I'll have a talk to the Captain, stepping on my toes. Thanks, X Huddle, for letting me know. Thank you, brother. Bright light. Hey, I'm Hurley today. Yes, you are. Let's get some folks in here before we start talking. Hex is a hard asset. Sure it is. Hey, Doug. I need a Christmas gift. Testnet version 3, please. Jeremy, I'm with you, man. I really need something to chase, something to have fun. I'm like a dog, I need my, you chase your tail. You can only do it for so long. You want something else to chase. The Mr. Max 5 zeros. Hey, Tin Top. Tex Hex. Mama's in the house. Jeez, it's going fast tonight. Thank you for hooking me up with Load and GSDAO, Crypto.AO. Welcome. Buonasera, Randy, a tutti. I was just chatting with the founder of Load, and he's going to come on with me. Excuse me, not tonight, but he's going to make an effort to come out and talk with us. But man, I've never seen a guy so busy. This market, what's happening in the world right now, has put everyone who works in the gold and silver, precious metals, hard asset industry on. Everyone's working super hard right now. It's nuts. They're so busy that even the GSDAO guys are now supplementing their time or supplementing the team over at Load, helping them out, right? Because it's that crazy, the amount of work going on. Cross stream traffic. What's up? Okay, JS. So I don't know what it is. I know that you do a lot of these Twitter spaces. Man, sometimes it just won't go through for me. I can get inside and I'll watch. You guys are there, and I can see your little speaker thing going. I got my volume all the way up, but I can't hear you guys. It's really weird. I don't know what's going on. I have a Samsung, but who knows? Crypto.AO, yo. Tell us more about Pulse Doge you mentioned. Hey, Lenny. Pulse Doge is the original Pulse Doge win, and they are now migrating over to Ethereum. And what we'll have to do is that we have to burn our BSC tokens to Ethereum tokens, and that's going to happen over the next couple of days. They haven't announced the exact time yet. Once it happens, it just is like one click, and all of your coins will go over to Ethereum. So the biggest gripe I had with Pulse Doge Win when they were over on BSC is that whenever you would buy the tokens, I couldn't figure out a way where my slippage wouldn't be so much because of the bots. BSC's garbage, man. I can't stand doing stuff over there. So I'd always lose a portion due to bots. So frustrating. In Ethereum, that doesn't happen unless you mistakenly put your slippage at 10% or something, but I keep it at 0.1 normally on Ethereum, and that's frustrating. But yeah, Pulse Doge Win, they've got D shares instead of T shares, for short for Doge shares, and they got some really cool DeFi stuff coming. I'm really excited to see what these guys offer. Thank you, Luke Duke. To send you, I don't know. We don't have very good cheese here. I don't think our cheese would do well in the mail. Cheese here, they have this, how mozzarella, it's made really quick and just throw some salt in the milk and those kind of things. Very similar here, the cheese that they make. Hey, Tom. Good to see you. What's up, Crypto.AO? What's up, boy? Soldier Pete, good day. Copy and paste, Groundhog Day. Yeah. I just watched Jerome Powell cancel Xmas next year too. Yeah, yeah. Rod, I opinion on ETFs next upgrade. ETFs. What is ETFs? Like exchange traded funds? That's what that sounds like to me. Oh, ETH. Okay. ETH is we learned last night, Black Label Expat, he informed us that the next one coming out is everyone's going to be able to start withdrawing their Ethereum that they staked. Everyone needed 32 Ethereum to stake to participate. So that's going to bring a lot of Ethereum to the market that's been sitting dormant for over a year. And I have a feeling that's going to put some sell pressure. It's the same thing. Like if the Mt. Gox coins ever get released, guess what's going to happen, guys? That's going to be sell pressure on Bitcoin, because back then when that happened, Bitcoin was $100 or something. I can't remember the exact price when Mt. Gox happened, and now it's 17.8 or something. 18,281. So Bitcoin's having a nice night. So, what are you going to do? You had a coin that you paid $50 for, and now you can get $18,300 for that one coin. You're probably going to sell a few of them. I don't think back then there was very few people that were into hodling. You had Trace Mayer, maybe Richard. You had a couple of people who were really into Bitcoin. The rest were just playing with it. It was a toy. Genius can be chased. And Theo Sapien, yes, I did. Load, LODE. Crypto.io, thank you. Every time you stream, I have to John the Owl. Where are you guys coming from? Making my nice pasta rigatoni for dinner with some porcini and red sauce, all puttanesca, and so baked fresh bread with it and going out of town with it. Geez, that's a carb overload for me. The next day I'd be like all puffed up. Okay. Man, I tell you guys, we were in Italy for 2 months and I gained 20 something pounds. It was out of control. ETH next phase will be a millennium. Okay. How do I trade Ethereum or Elon for PulseX? You can't right now, jerk. You have to wait. You got to wait till Pulse Chain launches. Okay. When that does, don't worry. You're not going to miss it. I'm going to be here. GSDAO is GSDAO, like decentralized autonomous organization. Gold standard DAO. They're not live yet, by the way. Clintrones. Hey, crew. John, you like that Texan is doing? Do I like what Texan is doing? It's interesting project. I did my free claims. I don't know if I'll ever buy the token. I'll support them because I think what they're doing is cool. Do I think that Texas will ever separate from the Union? It might take another civil war for that to happen. Please, YouTube, do not take my channel down for such statements. And by the way, guys, if something ever happens where I lose my YouTube channel, I lose my Twitter, or my LinkedIn, decentralized channels, you can find me on places like Odyssey. I'll just start streaming on Odyssey. I'll stream on Rumble. I'll be on what's it called? Float.app. I'm an investor in Float. I have their phase for raising money was the same time Pulse Chain was. That was a year and a half ago. I put money into that, and their coin isn't even live yet, just like Pulse Chain. A lot of money's out there floating right now. Steemit, Hive, all places that you'll find my content if this one goes down, Twitter goes down, LinkedIn, places like that, because you never know what's going to happen in the next year or so with the way the government is coming after people in crypto. So just letting you know that I might not be here in these free public forums that are centralized. Dixon Snyder. Hola, Randy. Quick question, bro. Not trying to shill, but have you seen the Matic chart lately? It seems to have made its low in June and never went back down to those levels since, meanwhile, others tanked. Well, Dixon, we're kind of in the same situation right now with Hex. That's why I think that the bull market is around the corner. We're not far away. It's just a couple months. No, I have not looked at the Matic chart, but I'm not worried about it because it's a layer 2 and it's going to do fine. When the market comes back, that's one of the ones that's going to shine. So thanks for bringing it up. For those of you guys who don't own it, Matic / Polygon, that one's probably going to do all right. Human Hex Trafficker, what up, fam? Did I sack for Texan? No, I did not. No. What do you think about liquid loans after pulse launches and gains begin? All right, I was talking about this earlier today with Hexray Vision. He had me on to congratulate me for my 7,000 subscribers. Thank you, everybody. You guys made it happen. Liquid loans. So liquid loans could be a great asset, or it could really mess you up, right? It's leverage, but it's just a different kind of leverage. So I'm not going to play with numbers, but this is what I'm thinking. If you could take a loan out on your crypto early or at the end of a bear market or in the beginning of a bull market, and then pay it off as the value of those tokens go up over the course of a bull market, then liquid loans make sense to me. But I know people, the mentality of people, they're going to make this mistake. They're going to take loans out when the coin is towards the end of its bull run. For example, say that Pulse Chain goes up 1,200x and up until 2026. People are then going to take their loans out against their PLS, and then PLS is going to drop 90%, 85%, 95%. We don't know. And people are going to get wrecked. And they got their loan, right? They still got their money out, but they're going to lose their PLS. So my goal is to never lose my PLS. So in order to do that, I'll take the loan out earlier in the run and pay it off with more expensive PLS, so that in the end I have my PLS and I got to keep my loan. So that's what I like about liquid loans. It's gonna be able, you're gonna be able to leverage your assets. Now I have friends that do this all the time, and it's not in regular markets. So let's talk about hard assets. So I have friends that buy silver and buy gold, and they store it in a storage facility, whether it be in Singapore or here in Panama or Switzerland, London, Mexico, wherever they have a vaulting facility that allows you to take a loan out against your hard assets. It's the same thing. All liquid loans is doing is taking the same kind of idea that we have in the real world and giving it to us in the digital world. So liquid loans will be very cool. So is fiat.io. I sacrifice for both. They're just badass platforms. And now Famous is still they're doing a SAC right now. Excuse me. Famous is a leverage trading platform. So you're going to be able to short Hex. Please short Hex. Try it. And yeah, I have Buck coming on tomorrow night. So that's what I love liquid loans. I think it's going to do wonders for the community. But I'm going to be the guy sitting there telling you guys, warning you, do not take out leverage right now on your PLS or PLSX or your Hex towards the end of a bull market. I have some ETH I'm dumping for more Hex. Now's not a bad time. I think, yeah, I'll show you the charts in a minute. Now is not a bad time for that. When it unlocks in a millennium, yeah. It'll be here soon. What's some good entry price ranges for Hedron? Well, Hedron's down a bunch from its recent high. It got up to 5 zeros and with a 6, and now it's 5 zeros 1 9 or something, right around there. So you're down 60%. It could dip a little bit more, but remember, there's a large chunk of auctions coming up in 8 weeks, and right before that, just like in the last auction, people are going to start buying up Hedron in order to buy those auctions. I buy top, sir. My BTC top was 20K. Well, 10 top, that's not terrible because right now we're sitting at 18,281. All right. So you're not that far off. You're off like 2% or 5%. I mean, Fed news is bearish for 2023, bottom incoming. You're right, Tone. But we're in a different, remember, we're in stagflation right now. So we got inflation going up, but prices are coming down with a lot of things, not everything. And salaries aren't rising. So a lot of weird situations that are happening. And one of the things that's going to do well during this time, let's rewind to the 70s, is hard assets. Any hard asset, gold, silver, liquor, those kind of things, bullets, they all do very well in stagflation. And I think gold and silver is probably going to be the stable coin for the next few years. I'm not saying gold and silver are going to rocket like they did in 1980. They could towards the end of this, but in my opinion, they're not going to. By the end of next year, we might have $1,900 gold. We might have $26, $27, $28 silver. That's great. So for me, why would I use stable coins based on the USD, which is getting devalued constantly? The inflation rate could be 11% or something like that. So after 1 year, you're down 11%. Or I could put it into gold, which is creeping up and to the right, creeping, not making me rich. That's a great stable coin. So that's why I like LODE. You can sign up for LODE down below. Just hit the link, my referral link, and you can get AGX and AUX. AGX is the silver coin, AUX is the gold coin. And when you want to, you can take delivery of your metals. It's so cool. So that's why I really like these guys. And I can't wait to have Ian on. I did an interview with Nick. You can find the video with Nick down below. They're rolling out a digital payment card. So you can use a card against your hard assets. That's cool too. So every time you swipe, you're paying with gold and silver. Oh my God. So let me remind you guys of something. There's a war going on, a financial war, a battle between the BRICS and the West. The BRICS are Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and now Argentina is planning to join them. What the BRICS are offering is hard assets. Even Saudi Arabia is working closely with them with their oil. So they want to have a digital currency backed by hard assets. Amazing. That's great. I mean, as a anarcho-capitalist, that's probably the best thing possible because it's less manipulation by governments because it's backed one-to-one with either gold or silver or oil or whatever. And a little bit more trustworthy than somebody just at the computer just printing out numbers. And hopefully they use blockchain technology behind it to verify. Now, I think that's cool. And then on the West, you have fiat currencies. And what the US is doing is they just keep raising rates. They're like a sinking ship. Imagine the Titanic. And the Federal Reserve is the guys playing the violin or playing the instruments on the deck of the Titanic. Raising interest rates to try to save a dying economy. And what they're doing is they're hurting everybody to get everyone to bend the knee to submit to the US dollar being the global reserve currency. Well, the BRICS don't want that. The BRICS are saying, look, come over to us and we're going to back it with silver and gold and hard assets. Or you can stay with the US and the ECB and just back it with nothing. So I think in the coming years, you're going to see inflation get out of control with the US dollar and with the EU, the euro, and it's going to get really nasty. While the more stable currency is probably going to be the one from the BRICS come up with. We'll see, but that's why I love crypto, because crypto is like parallel to all this. We're kind of separate from it. If inflation comes roaring back like I expect it to, man, crypto is just going to freaking fly. Whack. Those who aren't in crypto, who just have savings in a savings account, they're going to get demolished. So let me share the news real quick before we get into that stuff. This is today. Federal Reserve raises interest rates to highest since 2007. They see higher rates in 2023. That's, I think Tin Top, somebody said something about bearish all the way through 2023. Yeah, they're not going to stop raising interest rates. It's just going to be lower raises. The Federal Reserve, excuse me, raised short-term interest rates Wednesday by 0.5%, bringing benchmark interest rates to the highest level since 2007, while suggesting more rate hikes are coming in 2023. Wednesday's move brings the Fed's funds rate to a range of 4.25 to 4.5%, capping a year that saw the central bank raise rates by a collective 4.25%. Wednesday's 50 basis point rate hike did mark a slowdown from the Fed's recent pace of rate hikes, as the central bank had raised rates by 75 basis points at each of its past 4 policy meetings, its most aggressive stretch since the 1980s. Over the course of the year, we have taken forceful actions to tighten the stance of monetary policy, Jerome Powell said. We have covered a lot of ground, and the full effects of our rapid tightening so far are yet to be felt. Even so, we have more work to do. Yeah, screw you, bro. That's Jerome Powell. So let's look what happened with gold and silver. When the CPI data came out the other day, gold had a serious spike. It spiked to 1813, and right now we're down to 1792. They love the CPI, but they didn't like the fact that they're still talking about raising interest rates. Silver spiked to 24.03, and it came back down now to 23.28. All right. And then I'm going to bring this one up because I always love to. It's the gold-silver ratio. The gold-silver ratio right now is pushing 76.77. That means 1 ounce of gold will buy you almost 78 ounces of silver. This is super high right now, guys. When you start seeing this is the time to start buying silver because it's going to come back. For those of you guys who do not know, you're not geologists or you've never been a gold and silver person, the typical in the ground is 10 ounces of silver for every 1 ounce of gold. But we all know that nobody uses gold, uses very little. Gold is mainly used as monetary item and it's stored, whereas silver is used in everything, absolutely everything. Your computer, your telephone, your TV, these things have plenty of silver in them. So silver is an industrial metal. You got all these electric cars and all these things, it all uses silver. So I pay attention. When you start seeing 77 ounces of silver buys 1 ounce of gold, it's time to buy some silver. My brother was saying the same thing about a civil war, but I don't think it would end up like that. Not a politics guy, though. Yeah. But when people get up to here, remember the Revolutionary War, the Americans, the colonials, went to war over a tax just on tea. Only on tea. It wasn't even a tax on anything else, just tea. PLS punches Matic? Yes, it does, because PLS is a layer 1, whereas Matic is a layer 2. So Matic is still at the whim of Ethereum. Yep. No, they will not be obsolete. No, they will not be obsolete, but they won't perform as well. Their price performance won't be as well as good. So if you mean obsolete as far as making you 100x gains, yeah, you're right. I think that's true. Awesome title, Randy. Legit, just ordered my first silver bars and some constitutional coins. Brand new to stacking. Oh, man, it's fun. It's addictive as hell, man. You start getting mounds of silver. Like, I'm a pirate. Oh, God. Hexavore, I don't know what HPX is. Sorry, I don't know what that one is. We are so blessed to have your opinions, Randy, I swear. Z, thank you. Thank you. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to give you guys an update. He doesn't even know I'm talking about this because he's sound asleep. My buddy is he's in Barcelona, and he's originally from Uganda. A good friend of mine, used to work with the UN. He used to live here in Panama. We were good friends back in the 2017 bull run. Worked together on a couple things. And he told me he's moving back to Panama with his family. And he said, Randy, I want to work with you on something. Can we do something? And I said, absolutely, because I've been kicking around the idea of having my own course for crypto where I have people come in. I take them from the very, very basics and take them to like a medium style user. No trading, none of that kind of stuff. Staking, using DeFi, those kind of things. So that's probably going to be rolled out in the new year because he's just such a great guy. I'm the excitable one, and he's real chill, real mellow. So you guys will like him. So we'll probably do that together. He's got a wife and a young son, and I've got a wife and a young son, and we all get along. So figure, you know what? I need to do business with somebody I like. You mentioned Hex is acting like a stable coin. Do you think Hedron have the same strength if BTC bottoms? No, Tom. I think Hedron's, it's always going to be the one going like this, right? It's up, down, up, down. Hey, Bugs. I think Hedron's going to be a lot more volatile than Hex just because I don't think people are ever going to really see until a bunch of us come out and start promoting it as a staking coin. I think most of us OGs look at Hedron as our coin to sell instead of Hex. Like that's how I feel, right? I'm sure other OGs too. I know Steph from Staker app. He says, "Go ahead, pump up the price of Hedron. I'm just going to sell." Okay, if he tells you like that. So not until it really becomes a coin that we trust as something to stake. But I've seen some people saying that they're taking their taking Hex, staking it, earning their Hedron yield, taking that Hedron yield, staking the Hedron yield, and getting ICOSA, and taking the ICOSA and staking that, and then just keep a nice little circle going. And every time they get Hedron yield, they put it back into the Hedron staking. Every time they get ICOSA staking, they add it to their ICOSA stake. And just boom, 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 boom. And man, it's just like a money printer. Buenas, Renberto. Gracias, Durzel. Gracias. Have you heard about Power City's automated liquid loan strategies? What? That is going to be my go-to during the HODL Pearl strategy, accumulating stable to prepare for the bear market and have passive. Crypto AO, no, I have not heard about that. But dang, that sounds good to me. Wow. Automated, eh? That's cool. And I think it's Jesse. Jesse's with Power City and Liquid Loans, right? I'm pretty sure. Just ask Jesse. And DCA into Hex and PLSX at a discount. Yep, exactly. Liquidity LUSD working flawlessly. Yep. So if you guys are looking for a good stable, LUSD works good on Ethereum. That's the same system that we have for Liquid Loans because all they did, excuse me, is fork it. And when I start talking in here, man, always making me cough. Hi, Sarah. Good to see you again tonight. Randy, the truth. Where do I get the lights on your shelf behind you, badass? Lenny, crypto. Oh, goodness. I can't remember his name now. He's in Telegram. Crypto Hut. Crypto Hut's the guy. He's over in Europe. I think he's in France now. Most of them you can get on eBay, or not eBay, but like Etsy or Amazon. The Bitcoin one, I know you can get the Pepe one. The Hex one, the Pulse chain, no. You had to get those from Crypto Hut. The Rocket, I got that at one of these little Chinese stores here in Panama. And the Hexagon thing, it was just a string of, it's like 6 lights, and I just formed it into the shape of a hexagon. Is Power City a fork of something? I don't know, Thomas Winter. Does anybody know that? Because I didn't sack for Power City. I did. I sacrificed for the Watt token, which is part of Power City, but I didn't actually sacrifice for the Power City token because they have 2. Took my free airdrop and put $300 in Pulse Dogecoin early, made 5G, heard what you thought about PLSD, bought Hex with it a couple days back, caught the dip. Jeez, Mr. Max, 5 zeros. That's awesome. It's awesome. I wish I would have held my PLSD longer. I had 3 wallets that qualified for it. And so we did well. But, man, I miss airdrops. Come on, guys. Where's the airdrops? Good evening, Ted. and we'll be able to DCA into the load token AUX and AGX. Yep. I'm actually using Gold Standard DAO for that. Gold Standard DAO, what happens with those guys? So you stake your stables, and they're going to probably offer many different stables, and their AI will shift around across all chains and looking for the best yield. So if the best yield is on PulseX one day with your stable, it'll be there, and you can take out your gold every 7 hours. So I mean, you can imagine if you got like 100 grand in stables, you're going to be spitting out a lot of gold every day, right? So you have it, and then the AI says, "Oh, over here on another chain on Trader Joe's on Avalanche, you're earning the stables now going to pay 30% APY." So they put it over there for a couple hours. Then another exchange is showing better APY, so a little bounce over there. Continue going for the best possible APY. These guys are smart, so I'm looking at doing that too. For me, that's a reason to hold some stables, but only if it's making me really high APY. No, Tone, I'm not buying anymore. I'm yielding a whole bunch though. It was just below 50 cents a little while ago, and now it was at 49.7. Right now it's at 50.7. So it's gone up a whole penny since we started the show. Where I work, we have silver in our headphone cables along with copper. Yep. Copper is the one you look at when you want to know if the economies are popping off, if the economy is doing really well. So you watch, copper price go like this. When it starts going up, that just means that around the world, the economy is starting to move because they need copper to build the buildings, lay wires for telephone lines, all that kind of stuff. So that's how you watch. That's what you watch for copper. But silver's in everything. Silver's the metal we need for all the technologies of the future. Even as a nurse, back in the day, I could buy uniforms that had silver thread in them because silver is an antibiotic. It kills everything. If you have a water jug, for example, and you don't want bacteria to grow in the water jug, throw 1 silver coin in there and it'll kill all the stuff. It's amazing. Is Load really trustless? How much more or less trustless is Load compared to, say, PaxG? The thing with Load is that they are a security, so they're a full-on security. It's a company, and a little bit more. It's not just crypto. They're going to have everything. They've got partnerships with the largest Mexican mining companies. They've got partnerships with refineries. So it's a whole thing, guys. It's not just crypto. So that's the difference, I think. I don't know much about PaxG, I admit, but the Load guys, I've known them since 2018. I think it was when I first met them, and this thing just keeps getting bigger and bigger and more powerful. I really wish Ian was here tonight because he would blow your socks off. He's so dynamic when he talks. Randy, my phone does that too in Twitter Spaces. You just swipe up from the bottom of your phone. Don't click leave button, then tap on Twitter Spaces again. You will hear it. Okay. All right, I'll try that then. I guess maybe it's an Android problem. My dad recently turned into a silver bug. It's fun to see him through the same journey I went through collecting the coins and bars. Well, Vinny, it's like it gives me goosebumps. I love it, man. Little chunks of metal. Did you see Rags to Riches announce his crypto course today? No, I did not. No. Congratulations to him. Mine is going to be I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to say how I'm going to market or any of that kind of thing, but we don't even need to be big. I'm hoping it'll be smaller, more concentrated. We'll see how it goes. I know, who really taught me how to do a good course is Dollar Cost Crypto. But I'm not charging anywhere near the fees that he was charging. Hey, Maddie. Good to see you, sir. Randy, those Icosa stakes and What's are printing nicely. Whew. As Dollar Cost Crypto would say, shoo-wee. These things are printing like nuts. 300% APY or something like that. What? Thank you, Maddie. Hey, Nico. You're Randy back again. Every time I work night shift, I can catch your stream live starting at 4 a.m. in my time zone. That's awesome. That's awesome. Good morning to you. Oh, lights out. Are you done fighting with the bears? So, Hex man, it's got to be cold up where you're at. Lights out. Do you think the USA upcoming harsh regulation will drive crypto guys to different countries? I think so. Absolutely. Why wouldn't it? I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, what can they do to me? What they can do to me is that they could shut down my voice. They could shut down my Twitter. I'm thinking they could shut down my YouTube. They could do those kind of things. That's within their realm. But I will find a way. I'll just ask people. I know it's a stretch, but ask people to come to things like Odyssey and Rumble. Just like a lot of the people that were anti the juice in the last 2 years, they were over on Rumble, and their audiences grew substantially. And that's why Rumble just went public, because they're doing so good, because all the audiences had to go over there to see these people. And the same thing's going to happen to crypto folks if these motherfuckers come after us. Thank you for the GS Dow explanation. Didn't know that. Yeah, it's badass. Yeah, if I watch the show I did with Rothschild. That's what he calls himself. He doesn't want to use his real name. But I'll get him on again the next couple of days, probably too. Maybe early next week. What's the link to Trader Joe keeping shop in USA? What's the link for Trader Joe? I think I have it in my saved here. Let me see. Trader Joe. No, not in that one. No, I don't have it here. Sorry. I like to keep bookmarks too, but I didn't put that one a bookmark. So look it up. Just type in Twitter or something, Avalanche Trader Joe, and go to find the real account and go from there. Be real careful, guys, when you're looking for exchanges. If you go on Google, sometimes you type in an exchange and it comes up with something that's not the real one, or an ad for a fake one. Arthur, good to see you. Look, guys, I got a celebrity in the house. Arthur and I go way back. I'm thinking 2006. We had a Facebook page that we are all part of called Silverbugs. And all my silver folks are showing up. This is so cool. And we'd all, talk back and forth about silver. I can't remember who else was in there, but there was some really big hitters. Takoa de Silva, who ended up working for Sprott, Eric Sprott, who's like one of the wealthiest billionaires in metals out of Vancouver. I think that's where I met Jeff Berwick, or maybe it was in another silver group where I met Jeff. And Jeff always denies it. He goes, "Oh, you did meet me in a group on Facebook." I'm like, "Yeah, I did, bro." So, yeah, Arthur, welcome, buddy. Good evening. Hey, Optimus Kebtron. Yep, silver's great. Crypto Hut directs me to Crypto Not Lights of Pulse or Hex. Need help? I can't look at it right now, but I'll look it up again. Cheers from cold Canada, Randy. Oh, Yoden. Are you out in the oil field, buddy? Making that big bucks? 28 more inches of snow tonight. Holy crap. You guys up north. Oh, my God. I think Yoden retired. Yoden, did you retire? George Chops, I hope you're good. What do you think about PaxG, which was gold back? The token was frozen. Headline is U.S. law enforcement directs Paxos to freeze more than 11,000 PaxG tokenized gold coins. Oh, wow. Yeah. Be careful, guys. When it's just crypto only and they're not a security, they're not like a licensed security, be very careful. It sounded good, though. I hear him come up often. There's another token, too, that I heard about. The guys messaged me, this other project. They messaged me and they're like, "Hey, Randy, I see you're working with Load. Why don't you come work with us?" I'm like, why would I work with you guys? I don't know you. I don't trust you. I don't know you from Adam. And you're just messaging me saying to come work with you. Man, I've shook hands with the whole team from Load. I know everybody. So I'm working with these guys. They treat me good. I'm all about relationships. If you can't tell, someone's messaging me, "Randy, why don't you work with the Internet Money guys? What do you think of the Internet Money wallet?" I don't think anything of it. And I have nothing against the guys, KG and the team. Great. I hope they're successful. But I've been working with Aurochs team since 2017. Been friends with them probably since late 2016. You know, that's why I'll stick with them. And they keep delivering awesome stuff. Are you personally more bullish on Hedron or Icosa, given what we know about the pools and token economics? I think Icosa, because Icosa is really closely related to Hex. So when Hex starts pumping, Icosa is going to pump too, right? It's going to be Hart's law. When there's a pair, they go up and down together. I think there will be, when Pulse Chain launches, there will be a pair for those two. It'll be Hex and Icosa. At least I hope. I'm not hugely bullish on Hedron, just because around year 10, once we have a whole bunch of stakes coming out at year 10, which I guess 8 years from now. After 8 years, I think we're going to see a lot less Hedron coming to market. So that'll start when I start getting really bullish on Hedron. Motorcycles. Blackaroni, we love you too, man. We love you too. Chico, how you doing? TraderJoeXYZ.com. There you go. That's Trader Joe. That's the Avalanche exchange. So on Pulse Chain, we have PulseX. On Avalanche, they have TraderJoeXYZ.com. When I said Chase Genius, I was talking about the token. No, I'm not going anywhere near that token. Look, I've been burned. I still have all of my what's it called? Axion. My Axion tokens, which was a copy of Hex. That was the real first copy. And in my opinion, it's just largely failed. I still have a couple grand worth, billions of them. They're all staked for 15 years. If it ever becomes something, great. But at this current time, it doesn't look like it. So no, I'm not chasing genius. I'm swimming with the dolphins, bro. I haven't seen an oil rig in 2 years. Oh, nice, Yoden. That's awesome. So if you're swimming in the dolphins, when are you going to come to Panama? Take you to Monkey Island so you can see all the different monkeys. We can go do all kinds of stuff here. Panama's so different. In the morning, you could be in the ocean, and a couple hours later, you're up in the mountain. A couple hours later, you're in the city. Love it. Sarah's up north too, where they make great cheese. You mentioned it in your last stream. Yeah, that's because Luke Duke's in Wisconsin. He's a cheesehead. Could they do the same with Load? Could they shut it down as there are third parties? I'm not sure. George Chops, I'm not sure. That would be a good question for Ian if he was to come on, or probably more for Nick, because Nick's he's the more in the blockchain stuff. So let's get that question to Nick. I might do, instead of a live stream with Nick, what would be really good is if I got a bunch of questions together for him, like in-depth questions. I mean, like the kind of questions that a live stream, it might be kind of difficult, but then we can put it together and I can make shorts for him and all kinds of stuff. If your project that you are looking for to invest has a roadmap, it's security, it better be registered. Yep. Loads of full security. T-Bird, good to see you, sir. Nico, if Hex does a 300x from the current price of 0.027, this next bull run, I'm going to get myself a Hex tattoo, not going to lie. Same for PulseX. Hey, I can't blame you. 300x from here is $9. Dang! $9. Oh, there you go. Pete's got the exact number, $8.10. Shoo-wee! Everyone's like, damn, I'll get a tattoo. There you go. All right, let's look at the charts since you guys slowed down with the comments here. All right. Monthly Bitcoin. We are at 18,281. Green Aurochs indicator is still here. I'm telling you guys, this is looking awesome. December 15th is mid-month, almost mid-month. So really the 16th will be the mid-month. Everything's looking, I can't say anything much. There's not much better to say unless this green line, MA, passes over the SMA. Then we get the Aurochs indicator and this goes above the red line. Then that, to me, that'd be, engines are go. We're going. Bull market is here. But this could take another couple months to get everything lined up looking pretty. We need to get this fear and greed back to the main line. Maybe even looking like this one. See how it just crosses over the zero a little bit? We need a couple of those. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months since we crossed over. And really, that was barely. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 months since we've had a green month. Wow, it's a long time, guys. A long time, almost a year and a half. So what is a typical bear market? A year and a half. We're almost there. Let's see on the daily. Look at that nice stair ladder. We're going into a new moon. New moon is very bullish. For those of you guys who do astrology and those kind of things, whether you like it or not, astrology doesn't care whether you believe in it, but the markets do. So it's going up. Ethereum, same thing. Green Oryx indicator. It's even closer. The MA going over the SMA is even closer on this chart than it is on Bitcoin. And the demand index is even closer to zero. So I think Ethereum could turn around faster. But it depends. What you guys are saying is true is the update for Ethereum is coming soon. I think that could put some sell pressure on Ethereum. Seriously, if you bring a couple million Ethereum to market. This is the daily. So now we're in our third day of a green. Demand index is nicely over zero. And the fear and greed is trending back towards zero. Hex looking pretty similar as everything else. Let's check the daily. Oh, we just got a sell indicator on the daily. Who sold? We're down almost 4% today. We're at 0.027. We started the day at 0.0279. Now we're at 0.0272. Not terrible, but still 4%. Hedron, like I said, we're bottoming out in Hedron. Check the daily. I don't know. Still green though. Green Oryx indicator going almost 2 weeks, a little over 2 weeks. And the DI is heading back towards zero. So that looks good. The reason why I have less information on this one is just because Hedron is still too new. A lot of indicators need like a year's worth of information, and we don't have that yet for Hedron. Boom. All right. Let's see. Yay, caught you live for the first time. Hey, Randy, love your stuff. Thank you. Appreciate that, Dr. H. The cryptopractor. It's awesome. Been a while since I caught you live. Thanks for the follow on Twitter. Have you had the chance to check out Goldbacks? Yeah, I heard. I haven't looked at them, but hey, Bitcoin, batteries are dying. Sounds cool to me. It's actually money that has like gold and silver made right into the currency. That's awesome. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. But be careful, not you, but I'm saying whoever the founder is. You guys remember the old the silver coin? You guys aren't. I know you guys aren't silver people, but there was a guy who made a silver coin with Liberty head on it. I think they're called Liberty dollars or something. He ended up getting in big trouble. Yeah, because everyone thought it was like real U.S. money. Cheese for Sarah G and me, Luke Duke. You're funny. I had to sell millions of hex like hexologists did to support living too, Randy. Really? You sold millions of hex? Why? You must have sold during the when the market was down, because I have not even come close to selling a million hex. Been a while since I caught you live. Oh yeah. Yeah, you already pasted that. Francis, hello. Thank you, Z. I really appreciate it. If BTC dumps, where could it bottom? Oh, I don't know. There's too much. Okay, so there was the rumor that came out yesterday. I think it was rumor because I'm not seeing much of it now. That CSW, um, Craig Wright, put out saying that there was like 29 million Bitcoin for sale on all the exchanges, and obviously there's only 19 million Bitcoin available in the total world because it maxes out at 21. So somebody's selling fake Bitcoin, right? But those tweets about that, it's like they almost disappeared. I'm not seeing them anymore. So maybe that was just a rumor. Somebody was doing some FUD to cause the market go down. But what happened is the market went up instead. So the FUD didn't work. And I think all it did was prompt a lot of people to take their Bitcoin off the exchanges. So it caused a run on the bank. And you saw a lot of outflow of Bitcoin to personal wallets yesterday. And the same thing with every other crypto. Lots of money left Binance yesterday. So that was very interesting. When hitting the bottom, where could it go? Well, Richard says 11K and pray. I'm not a, I don't trade anymore. I don't even really look at the Bitcoin price except just to show you guys. So that's how it interests me. And it's not going to be the contagion that it used to have. I mean, Richard says Richard's law or Hart's law is that any coin that has a pair with Bitcoin will go up and down with the price of Bitcoin. And you see that with Ethereum, you see that with Bitcoin because they're paired together. They go like this. Well, Hex doesn't have a Bitcoin pair. Hex has an Ethereum pair, but it's very small. Hex's biggest pair is USDC, right? Well, USDC doesn't go up and down. It stays at $1. So that's why when you look at a chart of Hex, it's way more fluid and looks smooth compared to all the other cryptos. Bitcoin goes down, they all go down. Bitcoin goes up, they all go up. You don't see that as much with Hex. It is decorrelated to a certain extent, in my opinion. But if Bitcoin drops down $11,000 in the next week, Hex will drop too, because people need to cover their shorts or their longs or what other kind of leverage trading they have. Maybe they have other stocks. Maybe they have options that they have to pay on, because a lot of people in Hex are wealthy folks who have assets that are outside of crypto. So maybe they have to protect something financially. I think one more year of bear market because of macro. Corey, that's possible, but I would not bet against crypto. CBDCs are coming. The central bank digital currencies are coming. They're coming really fast. It's going to blow all you guys' socks off. I think the biggest beneficiary of all this will be crypto. People are going to learn about crypto. That's why I want to launch my course. I just think that it just makes sense. No, it hasn't. Yep. No, Bitcoin was launched during a macro bear, but it's never had to deal with it like it is right now. Thoughts on Feds raising 0.5 today? Okay, so this is a very light pivot. It's not, people are like, oh my God, the Fed's raising the rates. Yeah, they're going to continue to raise. And Jerome Powell even said he's going to raise all the way through 2023. So what's going to happen? So over the next couple months, the next time, I think in January, maybe they'll raise it 0.5 again. And then they'll do 0.25 and then 0.25 and then 0.25. Maybe by Christmas next year, we're talking about nothing. They won't make a move, back to zero. And if that happened, that'll be another further interest rate raise of 2.5 points over the course of a year. CPI is already dropping. So the CPI you see is actually last month, right? It's not December's numbers, it's November's numbers, or maybe it might even be October's. So you guys are going to see job losses going up. People are going to be losing their jobs. Unemployment is going to go up due to this. The Fed's mandate is to keep interest rates under 2% and unemployment low. Well, if the interest rates start getting close to 3.5%, or inflation gets to 3.5%, they're getting close. They're going to have to slow down because they have to protect the jobs. We'll see. Unless they just on purpose want to wreck the whole economy. And the Fed's mandate, by the way, is communist. Federal Reserve is a communist organization, pillar of communism. It'd be better if we didn't have them, but we'll see. So, Maddie, that's my thoughts on it. I think it's just going to slow down. It'll be 0.5, 0.5, 0.5 or so. Then it'll drop to 0.25, 0.25, 0.25. And then we'll be back to next year at this time, and it'll probably go to 0. Luna C Point. I'm so late. Did you discuss hearing today? I felt super bullish about Hex when they discussed software that runs on a smart contract not being a security. No, who? Oh, awesome. So I did see a couple of those little clips that you're talking about, and I was so excited to hear those. I mean, this is people on Capitol Hill actually talking about something that they're not talking gibberish. They were actually talking about stuff that made sense. Yeah, there was the other clips of the people talking nonsense, apps like cookie dough and making fun of crypto. They didn't know what they're talking about, but there was a few that just said amazing stuff. And I'm like, what? I didn't know there was anybody in Congress that even understood this stuff. That was pretty impressive. Randy, what were you taking to help with your eyes? I think you mentioned a couple streams ago that you were taking something and you didn't need your glasses anymore. Yeah, I'm taking a bunch of stuff. I got all kinds of supplements, but the big things that I think have helped most are I take 4 different kinds of magnesium. I take zinc. I take potassium, small amounts of potassium, because remember, potassium is, you can overdo it. As a nurse, I'm telling you right now, if you have any heart issues, make sure you talk to your doctor. And zinc bicolinate, by the way, not just zinc, because zinc messes my stomach up. And it's all the main selenium, vitamin A for eyes, beta carotene, vitamin A, beta carotene. That's, you eat your carrots for your eyes. You know that since you've been a child. I started taking vitamin A. But I don't take a multivitamin. I take everything separate and at the best times. So magnesium is best to take at night. It helps you sleep. It's just absolutely amazing. And then I take a lot of other like natural stuff. So maybe I'll just do a stream one night. I'll bring them all out here and show you everything I take. And it's a lot cheaper than I thought it would be because I have access to Amazon here, so I can just buy straight from Amazon. Historically, the market dumps after the Fed pivot. Maybe we see the pivot in January, Feb 2023, then final leg down. Hopefully PLS launch in February, March 2023. I want to see it go live in Q1 so bad. Nico, I just want to see version 3 right now because I want to practice with version 3 for the next couple months until it launches. Richard, if you're watching, I know it's very early in the morning. I doubt you're up, but please, could you have version 3 to play with? I really want to get used to this thing before it launches. I definitely follow astrology indicators. Case in point, new moon lunar eclipse on the day was the FTX. Happened to also be election day, whatever. That shit doesn't matter. Yeah. And Mac, remember that the day that Luna collapsed was on the lunar eclipse. Has the market bottomed? AK, we're getting close. Getting very close. I would say if you really want to go for a safe time, it's probably going to be May. And that's because there's some other lunar eclipse happening in May. Hey, Randy, what's good, everyone? ATX Crypto. Everyone go check out his channel and give him a follow. We were just talking about you earlier on X-Ray Vision's channel. I reached my goal of 7,000 subscribers. And he said, anybody out there who needs their help with their channels to be built up. And I told him, go after you, help build your channel up. So if you're seeing lots of subscribers, ATX, it's because we were just shilling you earlier. Proof of battery. Oh, God. We could see some $10 hacks at the top of the bull. It is in the cards. Like I'm going to be conservative, $1.50 to $2.50. That's my numbers. Which comes first, pulse chain mainnet or indicators on Hedron chart? Well, Hedron will be a year old in a couple months. Crypto Sloth, he heard me talking about Hedron. He made it. Luke Duke, your words in God's ears, man. For me, a 200x would be enough, but I would surely take a $10 hex. That'll be 350x or some crazy number like this. Yeah. Yes, $10 hex would be very nice. My son would literally never have to work a day in his life. If he didn't want to. He could be an artist. I call myself the Jackson Pollock of hex because my stakes are just madness. He could be the Jackson Pollock. He could be just throwing paint at the wall. Speaking from current price, not even bottom. Yeah. That'd be nice. Those numbers. Who knows what the bottom is going to be? 250 is very conservative. Yeah. Randy, what happened to the bots on Twitter? We're still there. Remember hex bots? We were called bots, but yet we're still there. We'll see if the SEC gets me kicked off Twitter. Regarding the goldbacks, silverbacks, they have it indicated in the notes that they are not legal tender, voluntary negotiable instruments. Some small mom and pop shops have been accepting them. That's awesome, Mac. I like to hear that. Where did you get the lights from behind you? Crypto Hut. Everyone's asking, but I have to. I'll get it. I'll send everybody. Maybe I'll tweet out the link or something to connect with him because he's hard dude to find, believe me. But I'm pretty sure he has a Telegram channel called Crypto Hut. If not, you know who you can reach out to is who's the gentleman that lives in Japan? Hex Asia show guy. Ex-military like me. Oh God, I can't even think now. Well, if you reach out to him, he knows Crypto Hut as well. If eHex and Hex are in total $4, we should all be fine. Yeah, you think? Yeah, I think. Imagine what Hedron's going to be worth if Hex hits $4. Okay, and imagine you're minting, a billion Hedron a month or 100 million Hedron a month, and all of a sudden Hedron is a penny or not. Let's not go there. Let's say a tenth of a penny. What if I coast? What the hell? Sounds like a big truck. What if ICOSA goes to $5, $6, $10, $20, and it's still paying out like 100% APY? Oh Lordy! If ETH becomes a security, how does that change it going forward? It means you better get your ass over to Pulse Chain. Be careful with ETH, guys. ETH, now we know that they're part of the World Economic Forum. I will be real careful putting too much in ETH. Even though I love ETH, I've always been a big fan, but there's people that have always speculated that ETH was going to be the coin that the governments get behind, or the blockchain the government's going to get behind. And now that we found out the WEF is like they're part of their global network, I'm just hoping Pulse Chain gets here soon. J-Man. Yes, half a point. Yes, it was Ton Emmer. That's who it was. Thank you for that, Haiku. Thank you. How many pills a day? Ooh, my vitamins? Probably about 15 or so. But I'm really good. I just handfuls. There you go. ATX. You got to grow his channel. I was saying he's like the opposite of me. I'm like, wah, and he's more chill, level-headed. Franklin, good to see you. Sandy Beach, hello, ma'am. How are you doing tonight? It can be a while before the Fed stop raising rates. Yep, it might be a whole other year. Hello, Sandy. Randy, what do you reckon the Hex top will be in the next bull run? Like I said, I think 250. I think that's a safe bet. I'm always going to be the conservative guy. Remember, I was the guy who said 2.5 cents by the end of 2021. And where did we go? We were at 55 cents at the peak. Crypto Ewok, good to see you. Big Pep, what about him? Oh, who I was streaming with earlier was with Hexray Vision. Fellow veteran. The Jackals, the Hyenas, that video is fire. What are we talking about? Crypto King, yes. You can reach out to Crypto King, and he's friends with Crypto Hut. He could also get a lot of these lights too. Wow, you guys are all saying hello. Just don't get swatted, Randy. I don't get Panama. Fuck, I yell at the cops here. This isn't the U.S., guys. We don't get swatted here. You keep skipping my comment. What jerk? Maybe somebody, I'm not skipping them. Maybe somebody's deleting them, jerk. Guys, be careful deleting the comments, please. Hey, Motley's here. Good to see you. Sorry, jerk. Somebody maybe deleted it. Come on, guys. Be careful with the ban hammers. Hey, Monica. Well, everyone's showing up here. Thank you, Z. Sandy. Eric, Yukaj, do you think all this new creators like BitBoy will make the mass adoption much faster for Heart's ecosystem? Yeah, they're going to help a lot. I can't do it on my own. Motley and Maddie and those of us, we've been doing it for a long time, but Pulse Chain's way bigger than us. Hex, to me, Hex was like this small little golden egg that very few people knew the power of, right? And there was just a few creators, and we brought in the people, and the people got excited, and the egg kept getting bigger and bigger. Well, Pulse Chain, the word's already out. Once this stuff happens, these guys that have audiences of 1 million people, 1.5 million people, everyone's gonna be watching them, and then they're gonna go on their YouTube, and the algorithm will pop up myself, Motley, and other guys, Access Alive. And then they'll find the OG Hexkins and be like, oh, you guys are cool. I should put some money in Hex. My email. I'll do that right now, Motley, since you're asking me to. Only because it's Motley, guys. All right. So is that the thing from Twitter? Is that what you're asking me about, Motley? I saw that earlier. Hey, Randy, should I buy silver dollars that are premium or just bars? I like pretty stuff. I like stuff that has a premium because it's easier to sell. I was stuck here in the US for a while and expecting a daughter, maybe a while before I can make the move to Central America. I hear you. I use Nomics to find links to exchanges, coins, contract addresses. We all got mad at Nomics last year. Okay, I already answered that. Stop deleting comments, whoever it is. Yeah, please stop deleting comments. Unless they're just absolutely rude or something like that. But 250 would be 125x from bottom, and Hex did a 10,000x last cycle. I think a 200 to 500x is doable. Not saying it will happen, though. Yeah, possible. Briz. So sad today. Why, Marianne? Sorry to hear that. I was sad earlier. Yeah, I saw it, Motley. But Randy's pretending it doesn't exist. Everyone thinking Bitcoin is limp dick gains is making me bullish. Countries will adopt and make Bitcoin the king commodity, and ETH might be overregulated by the US government. That's what I'm worried about. Yeah. Well, El Salvador is already into Bitcoin big. So we'll see how that goes. Yes, sir. I saw it. All right, guys. I am out of here. Go spend a little bit of time with my wife. Kid's already in bed. I haven't heard him yell or anything, so cool. Thank you for coming out. J-Man says, thinking of swapping all my Hedron and Icosa for Hex. Not a bad plan. Anything in the ecosystem makes sense to me. Seriously. Yes, Frenchie. Sure is. Marion. We all have those days, Marion. We all have those days. Cheers, everybody.